He was known as the Chosen One in a tale of glory. Yet tonight, 3 young women joined hands to ambush him. But how could someone blessed by the heavens be so easily defeated? The reason his junior sisters united against Ye Chen was simple. Though he appeared refined and elegant on the outside, deep inside he was nothing more than a hypocrite. Because of him, their sect suffered disgrace, and even their senior brother, who always cared for them, met a tragic end. At this moment, Ye Chen was fast asleep in his room. Seeing the chance, Lu Yingying ordered her spirit creature, Little Meow, to strike. Go, Little Meow. Use all your strength and tear that scum into pieces. But as the creature flew out, 2 sudden attacks appeared behind it. Luckily, Lu Yingying warned it just in time, allowing it to dodge. Yet the clash of energies was loud enough to alert Ye Chen. At first, he thought it was thunder, but the spirit elder inside him warned of an enemy attack. Ye Chen jolted awake, grabbed the longsword from his bed, and leapt onto the roof, only to find no one there. Old master, are you losing your mind? Did you hear wrong? The elder replied firmly. Impossible! I clearly sense 3 strong hostile auras locked onto this inn. This Qinglan Mountain is truly strange. You're not just trying to scare me away from Qinglan Mountain, are you? Ye Chen teased. Do I look like the type who lies? The elder snapped. More thunder rumbled across the sky, convincing Ye Chen it was nothing more than a storm. Wanting to rest well before the grand disciple selection ceremony at Qinglan Sect tomorrow, he returned to his room and told the elder to stay quiet instead of raising false alarms. But in truth, the 2 attacks had come from Guo Yurong and Chu Yue, his second and third junior sisters. They couldn't understand why their strikes had completely vanished without effect, even though they had clearly aimed at him. Frustrated, the 2 decided to try again. Back in his room, Ye Chen was about to lie down when the elder once more warned him to watch his back. He turned, nothing but flashes of lightning. Ye Chen sighed. Not again, old man. Have you ever heard the story of the boy who cried wolf? The elder protested. But I truly saw it. If I'm lying, may the heavens strike me down with thunder. And right then, 5 bolts of lightning roared across the sky. Ye Chen shook his head. Old master, you're already a wandering spirit. If another heavenly bolt hits you, you might vanish completely. Enough, let's sleep. Meanwhile, the 3 sisters were left frustrated. It was true. Just as the story said, Ye Chen seemed to carry the protection of heaven itself. Protection? More like all 3 of us don't know about each other's presence, one muttered. They finally resolved to wait until tomorrow. During the disciple selection at Qinglan Sect, they would strike again, and this time, they swore, Ye Chen would never walk out alive. This was the scene where Ling Xiao was caught stealing his master's stockings, exposed by the protagonist Ye Chen during the disciple selection ceremony. At that moment, everyone condemned Ling Xiao as a pervert. Enraged and humiliated, he waited until Xiao Hongling, his master, was asleep, then crept to her bedside and stole the forbidden relic, the Zhuetian Black Lotus, hoping to use it to kill Ye Chen. But his plan collapsed. He was captured, dragged before the sect, and shamed publicly. His 2 junior sisters looked at him with disappointment. Senior brother, how could you do such a thing? They asked. Ling Xiao was speechless. He wanted to explain to his master, only to learn that Xiao Hongling had completely lost faith in him. And worse, she intended to grant Ye Chen the nameless sword shadow to make up for his loss. Hearing this, Ling Xiao snapped and tried to stop her, but was kicked aside by Guo Yurong, whose eyes were full of disgust. As the chief disciple, you dared to molest your junior sister. You've ruined the reputation of divine Luan Peak, she scolded, tossing him a broken brush handle. If you have even a shred of dignity left, end yourself. Ling Xiao gave a hollow, despairing laugh, muttering, I'm tired. Let it all end. And stabbed himself hard in the chest. The searing pain jolted him awake. The figure from his memories wasn't him, because now he was staring straight into Xiao Hongling's tender, affectionate eyes. Wake up, my good disciple, she whispered. Ling Xiao realized his head was resting on her lap. The sword strike earlier had actually been her way of bestowing the nameless sword shadow. As she explained that his power would now soar, Ling Xiao froze. In Qinglan Sect, every inner disciple could forge a destined spirit sword, one that grew stronger with its master and could even awaken into a sword spirit. He had always been looked down upon as a failure because he lacked one. Yet now, the nameless sword shadow, the greatest cheat usually reserved for the protagonist, had fallen into his hands. Ling Xiao's chest tightened. Fear replaced his despair. What if, in tomorrow's duel with Ye Chen, he accidentally killed him? Noticing his lifeless expression, Xiao Hongling handed him a cup of wine. What are you thinking, my dear disciple? Come, drink, Ling Xiao stammered. Master, this doesn't seem right. Her cheeks flushed a faint crimson. Oh? But it was perfectly fine for you to rest your head on your master's lap, she teased. Flustered, he quickly sat up and apologized. His awkwardness made Xiao Hongling laugh softly. She brushed her hair back, leaned close to his ear, and whispered, Tell me, do you think your master is beautiful? Ling Xiao could hardly believe his eyes. This cold, elegant woman looked almost girlish, shyly waiting for his reply. He showered her with praise. Master, you are more radiant than the moon itself. She pouted playfully, her voice dropping to a whisper only he could hear. "If you see me as the moon, then why did you try to steal my stocking?" Ling Xiao froze. Just as he fumbled for words, Xiao Hongling waved it off with a laugh. Then suddenly her expression turned stern. She looked him in the eye. "If anyone dares to provoke you or threatens divine Luan Peak, you must strike them down. Whatever happens, I will bear the consequences." A chill ran through him. Something felt wrong. Could it be that Xiao Hongling already knew what was coming? The next day, the disciple selection ceremony began. Ye Chen made his grand entrance, putting on a showy, self-important act. The elder spirit beside him asked if he had anything weighing on his mind, but for Ye Chen, none of that mattered. He was here only to seize an opportunity. If anyone dared to steal it from him, he swore to crush them without mercy. Yet hidden in his heart, Ye Chen's real intention was shameless: to enter divine Luan Peak and claim every beautiful woman there for his own harem. He even boasted that he would one day become the husband of all women under heaven. Compared to him, that so-called senior brother, who only had looks but no true strength, was nothing more than worthless trash. At that moment, Ling Xiao arrived. His entrance was dazzling, the kind befitting a true heir of the immortal sect. This, he seemed to declare, is how a cultivator should present himself. Watching his spotlight stolen, Ye Chen seethed. What absolute nonsense. Peerless gentleman. He's just an empty, pretty face. Before Ye Chen could say more, Ling Xiao strode up to him. Recognizing that he had been identified, Ye Chen was ready to strike first, but the elder quickly restrained him. After all, Ling Xiao was the chief disciple of Qinglan sect. Now was not the time to make an enemy. Besides, in front of such a large crowd, Ling Xiao wouldn't dare act too far. Ling Xiao locked eyes with him and immediately launched his verbal assault. "You blind brat! Didn't I warn you last night? And you still dare show up? You really must have a death wish. Do you even know who I am? Cross me and I'll crush you. Do you even have the strength to stand against me?" The chosen one, humiliated so publicly by someone he deemed a waste, was left questioning who was the real protagonist here. Seeing his taunts land perfectly, Ling Xiao pressed on with a second wave of mockery. Unable to endure it any longer, Ye Chen drew his sword. But just then, murmurs rose in the crowd. People recognized him. To be so young and already at the Grandmaster realm, no wonder he stood with such composure. Ling Xiao, pleased that the story was unfolding in his favor, waited for the next part he anticipated, the arrival of a certain woman who would shift the tide. Sure enough, a furious shout cut through the air. It was Guo Yulong, the second junior sister, rushing to the scene. The moment Ling Xiao saw Ye Chen's sly, shameless expression, his eyes lit up. Perfect. This is exactly where the story should go. But instead of clashing, Ye Chen sheathed his sword and walked over to Guo Yulong with feigned gentleness. She looked at him with utter disdain. "You? Someone like you dares stand alongside senior brother's words." Yet the moment her gaze shifted to Ling Xiao, her tone softened, her expression turning sweet and delicate. "Apologies, senior brother. You must have been startled. How could such a crude man dare to treat you with disrespect? He deserves punishment." Ling Xiao froze, stunned. The plot had collapsed right in front of him.